Welcome to RivLo Acres. This is the story of Ashley and Brian and how RivLo Acres came to be. Brian grew up in suburbia, but he spent most of his time outside, living right next to the lake, near marshes and wooded areas. Brian got to fish. He loved to catch frogs and turtles, and even snakes. He loved to go searching in the woods to see just what he could find. Brian's always had a passion for animals. He loved to learn how they live, what they need, how to take care of them, and how to help them. As a young adult, Brian joined the Navy and served on an aircraft carrier for 5 years. Ashley grew up in the country, where gardening, farming, and family life were everyday things. Many generations of Ashley's family have done just exactly what Brian and Ashley are doing now. Ashley's always loved cooking and being in the kitchen. As a young girl, she was taught a lot of homemaking skills that have benefited the two today. Ashley's always loved to be outside, tinkering on things, building things, and just being creative in every facet of life. After meeting at a mutual workplace, Brian and Ashley began to date in early 2013. Considering each other best friends, they've been inseparable ever since. As a young couple, the two began to dabble in caring for exotic reptiles and amphibians. They took care of many animals, and that was the beginning of their animal-loving adventures. In the spring of 2014, the two purchased their first home together. It was a suburban dream, the perfect starter house. A cute Cape Cod-style house on 0.28 acres. It had an in-ground swimming pool, very little grass to mow, awesome neighbors who lived real close, and would meet you for drinks and great conversation at the drop of a hat. Ashley had a garden at every place they lived together, usually small and unkept, but still a reminder and a tie to her roots. In September of 2014, Brian proposed to Ashley. In May of 2015, Brian and Ashley got married in a unique 1920 themed wedding celebration. And then we got to meet this little bundle of joy, Arlo Joseph. In the fall of 2017, we purchased and moved to our current 15-acre property and began to put our dreams in motion. In the summer of 2018, Brian built our blue coop, and we got our first animals on the farm, the gateway animal, chickens. We also planted our first garden at our new property. In 2019, we grew our garden spaces, our bird flock, the type of birds that we kept, and we also harvested the first animals on our farm. We also got to meet Miss River Rose. We dreamed and we worked hard to make changes and goals for our farm. At the end of 2019, we knew that we wanted to grow our farm in 2020. Global pandemic aside, we continued to grow our farm as planned. We raised over 100 meat birds, 3 pigs. We acquired 4 goats, two Jersey steers, and 1 Jersey heifer to be our future milk cow. We acquired rabbits for meat and manure purposes. We built half our high tunnel. And started our perimeter pasture fence so that we could rotationally graze our animals and build our soil back up. Our goals and our hopes are to become as sufficient as we possibly can, and to teach our children and others how to live this lifestyle. We hope to take you on our journey, share the highs and the lows, the good and the bad. We hope to get to know some of you or all of you, and we hope that you enjoy every step along the way. Thanks for watching. We will catch you on the next one.